Welcome, Nightstalkers, to a manor where the cobwebs whisper and the portraits still remember their guests. Tonight's tale follows one poor soul who answered the mansion's call and discovered checking out wasn't part of the invitation. So polish your tombstones and steady your nerves. The haunted mansion is open for business, and it's dying for company. Our story opens in Louisiana, 1979. Ezekiel, Seek for short, answers a newspaper ad for an assistant caretaker at a rundown estate. The door to the mansion opens on its own, and when Seek steps into the dark foyer, 6 friendly ghosts drop down from the rafters to greet him.
Young beggar, more likely by the looks of him.
Aye, beggar or not, we ain't in no position to be choosing.
Do you think he's ready for something like this?
We'll see how it holds up under fire soon enough, I reckon.
Enough already. Let us introduce ourselves.
Overwhelmed, he faints. When he wakes, they bring him before Madame Leota, a psychic trapped as a floating head inside a crystal ball. She explains the ad was a lure, the mansion is cursed, and the souls inside cannot cross over. Someone brave must free them. Leota's crystal ball appearance is a nod to Leota Toombs, the artist who inspired the original ride's iconic seance sequence. Madame Leota gives Seek an ancient artifact, the Beacon of Souls, a lantern that helps guide trapped spirits to the afterlife. As the beacon absorbs and cleanses souls, it grows in power. Think Luigi's Mansion meets ghost-busting lantern mechanics, except here, the energy is stored in soul gems hidden around the house. We need all 5 to fully restore the beacon. Seek tucks Leota's crystal ball into his satchel and begins a room-by-room quest throughout the mansion, restoring lights, collecting souls, and piecing together death certificates that help friendly ghosts remember how they died. In return for their stories, ghosts hand over the soul gems they protect. In the conservatory, Seek discovers the first volume of the Tome of Shadows. Its dated entry, October 31st, 1349, claims the Order of Shadows may have helped spread the Black Plague to weaken the Brotherhood of Souls.
Years have passed since our defeat, but we do not sleep yet, and the plague has proven quite effective at reducing the Brotherhood's numbers. Folly it was to believe we were no longer a threat and to lower their defenses. For as the shadows crawl eastward from the setting sun, so too does the reach of the Order, extending to encircle the globe.
Atticus Thorne, our antagonist, is named in the text as the Grand Master of the Order. Thorne. I wonder if he's related to Victor. Boy's fate. Nearby stands a statue of Victor Thorne, the cult's founder. Outside, Ethan uncovers a small box hidden in a tree. A letter accompanying it depicts of finishing Victor Thorne's work, the rebirth of the Ouroboros cult. Using the conservatory's musical instruments, Seek restores the room's light and absorbs the lingering souls, which unlocks the door to the game room. Inside the game room, Seek battles a giant spectral spider. After the fight, magic shrinks him down and forces him into a ghostly pool match, where he must manipulate a haunted cue stick to sink balls while dodging attacks. It's a playful, weird set piece. Restore the lights, finish the death certificate for the duelist, and earn the first soul gem.
You delivering his threats now, eh? What's this? A death certificate? Why, it says here that no-good double-crossing backstabber got the best of me. Bull feathers. Speaking of shooting in the dark, I have this. It's one of them soul gem thingamajigs for that there beacon lantern of yours. Here, Might bring you better luck than it's bringing me.
Madame Leota tells Zeke how she ended up trapped. In 1855, when the mansion first felt the evil, she was ambushed and sealed inside the crystal ball. Her warnings hint that Atticus' reach is old and personal. Roaming the downstairs hallway, Zeke hears a female voice leading him deeper into the house. In the kitchen, he discovers the caller, a ghost that quite honestly would have given nightmares to kids in 2003 when the game was released. Moving forward to the maid's room, he discovers the second Tome of Shadows. The 1491 entry reveals Atticus' obsessive search for the beacon, and how the Brotherhood kept moving the lantern to keep it from the Order.
We must have the Beacon of Souls. The Brotherhood has been wise to keep it hidden from us. In secret it travels. From the mountains of Italy to the valleys of Spain, always just beyond our grasp. But our eyes and ears are everywhere, and the beacon will be found. I will scour the ends of the earth until it is located. So it is written, and so it shall be.
Zeke clears the ballroom of hostile spirits, lights the grand organ, and battles Atticus, who briefly returns the mansion to darkness. With the beacon, Zeke pushes Atticus back and meets the organist, a ghostly musician who doesn't accept his death certificate at face value, but ultimately hands over his soul gem. This gem grants Zeke an AoE attack, and a moment to flex the beacon's growing might.
But I don't believe a word of this rubbish. I wouldn't put my music before my own life. That would be, well, never mind. I don't have time for any of this. Just take this rock off my precious keys.
Okay, all right.
Clearing the Winter Garden, the graveyard, and the mausoleum, Zeke discovers another tome volume. In 1642, Atticus boasts about eliminating the Dissenters in the Order and replenishing his ranks with a legion of supernatural forces.
My pursuit of the beacon continues. In the meantime, I've taken steps to make the Order more efficient, given the inconvenience of the Inquisition. Those who do not share my vision for the future are no longer with us. But with the wisdom contained in our ancient texts, I will replenish our numbers with a legion like nothing mortal men have ever seen.
The plot thickens. Atticus isn't just a necromancer, he's building an army. When leaving the graveyard, Zeke meets three very iconic ghosts. The three hitchhiking ghosts, Ezra Bean, Professor Phineas Plump, and Gus, are iconic ride characters. On the attraction, they'd hop into your doom buggy and follow you home. After restoring light to the pantry, Atticus ambushes Zeke again, petty, vindictive, and cowardly. Zeke fights him off and is rewarded by the beheaded knight. The knight thanks Zeke for finishing his death certificate, although he already knew how he died given the fact that he's holding his head.
I see. Right. Did you think that I needed a reminder or something? I may have lost my head, lad, but I have not lost my mind.
He grants a soul gem and names Zeke a squire. The beacon's shot upgrades from 1 beam to 3, a nice mechanical layer of progression. The Haunted Mansion assists as a ride in multiple Disney parks, and in Tokyo and Paris is known as the Phantom Manor. With enough souls gathered, Zeke can finally push open the door to the upstairs hallway. Madame Leota has more to tell, finally naming the man behind the rot, Atticus Thorne, Grand Master of the Order of Shadows. Yes, a little late to the party, Zeke's already fought the creep twice. Leota explains what we suspected. Atticus is neither fully dead nor fully alive. He survives by devouring souls and siphoning their power. His endgame: to destroy the afterlife itself, to leave only an endless silence he can rule and feed upon. The Brotherhood of Souls has fought him for centuries. Atticus retaliated by conquering the mansion, binding Leota in a crystal, and turning its rooms into a hunting ground. Upstairs, the enemies get nastier. Animated knight armor, snatching gargoyles, and increasing number of attacks. Fun fact: early versions of the park's attraction experimented with live actors dressed as knights. It didn't last, but the idea lives on in this game's menace. In the study, after solving more puzzles, Zeke unearths Volume 4 of the Tome of Shadows. In 1856, the beacon was brought to Louisiana. Atticus scouts found the mansion and reported a familiar presence, Leota. That's when Atticus turned his sights on the estate.
The beacon has turned up in the New World. Remnants of the Brotherhood have acquired an estate on the outskirts of the fever-racked bayous of Louisiana and have hidden it within. However, my scouts have sensed a powerful aura within the mansion that I will have to overcome. Though I cannot be sure, there is something familiar about this aura.
Solving the sunroom's puzzle summons Atticus once more. He's bluster and threats, but Zeke pushes him back.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Give up and go home, Zeke. This job is not worth dying for.
The opera singer, who literally brought the house down in her final curtain, reluctantly accepts her death certificate, yields a soul gem, and amps the beacon's power shot further.
My death certificate! See? That is precisely why I shouldn't sing anymore! I don't want to bring the whole house down upon... I guess I did bring the house down, didn't I? Jed. Yes! I used to have a pair of earrings like that.
Leota reveals her past. She once could speak with spirits freely. The Order tricked her into joining. Monks later rescued her, and she fought with the Brotherhood until Atticus trapped her. Zeke keeps collecting souls until the children's room opens. It's a bleak, melancholic nightmare straight out of Dickens. Ragged toys, broken beds, and a closet that snaps shut.
Zeke, wait. Something's not right. Run, Zeke! Run as fast as you can!
Trapped, he triggers a hall chase where a Green Reaper-type specter stalks him through the winding corridors. With Leota's guidance and a well-timed beacon blast, Zeke defeats the specter in a tense showdown. The museum ambushes him next. Suits of knight armor spring to life in a tactical formation. After defeating them and solving the exhibit puzzle, Zeke recovers another tome entry. 1862, when Atticus learned Leota was disrupting his plans and unleashed greater spirits to silence her.
It is the fortune teller who has been thwarting my minions at the mansion. How ironic that she now stands between me and my acquisition of the beacon. She may be able to handle the lesser evil spirits, but she will not fare so well when I unleash the others. With the chaos of the war and the city in flames, I'm afraid the secluded estate is no place for a lady to be alone.
Back in the parlor, Atticus tries one last cowardly ambush, but Zeke forces the light back into the room. The old lady ghost accepts her death certificate. She died from rat poison tea, and gratefully hands over the final soul gem, as well as offering tea to Zeke over and over again, which of course we decline.
Oh, my death certificate!
Well, I'll be. It says here that... You know, I thought this tea tasted a little odd. Here, tell me, what do you think? Used to you, love. I kept it as safe and hidden as I could, but you're the one who need it now.
The beacon's ultra shot is now powered. With the gems collected, the attic opens and Zeke finds the final tome. Dated 1878. Atticus realizes his minions failed to score the house for the gems, so he schemes. There must be another way to get the gems. It's unclear as to what, but he also had laborers building something within the mansion before they all died of the fever.
The fever has returned and claimed some of the laborers, but not before they completed their task. Recovery of the beacon's soul gems is now imperative, as is the gathering of the final ingredients. The gems were scattered in an attempt to thwart me. My minions still have not been able to deliver them. Perhaps there is another way.
After restoring the attic light, Zeke meets the pirate ghost, a victim of mutiny who gives up his ring.
Oh, no, what's this? My death certificate. Yes, this is how I lost me treasure. A mutiny it were, a bunch of whiners. I always gave 'em a fair share. Say, matey, you found any of me lost treasure yourself? No? Well...
Leota instructs Zeke. That ring fits a mechanism behind the foyer painting. Zeke pries open the secret elevator hidden behind Atticus' portrait. A clear wink to the attraction's stretching room elevator at Disneyland. The elevator drops him into Atticus' final chamber, a ritual site ringed with statues and ritualistic items at the center. Atticus reveals himself at last without pretense. He's not just pursuing the destruction of the afterlife, he wants absolute death. An empty world where he can devour forever. He fed Zeke by letting him collect the gems and the souls of the mansion's minions. Also, Atticus could siphon that energy and ascend.
Oh, no, no, no. Why settle with conquering the realm of the dead when the land of the living is practically within my reach? No more of this confusing life after death nonsense. I'm afraid from now on, it's just death, death, and more death.
Zeke, the beacon!
I'll be taking that if you don't mind. Your efforts are greatly appreciated, Zeke. You've collected a great deal of souls for me, not to mention all of the legendary soul gems. And thank you, my loyal minions, for giving yourselves willingly to my cause. With the energy of these souls, I will have enough power to bring darkness and decay over the heavens and the earth.
No!
I won't be needing this trinket anymore. Truly, everything that lives dies if you give it enough time. But patience, I'm afraid, is one of the many virtues you'll find that I, well, lack. From the mightiest king to the tiniest sparrow, all will become nothing but ashes, dust, and food for worms. Ah, yes. In the end, the worm conquers all. Nay. And my feast has just begun. Oh, I'm afraid your precious beacon is quite powerless without its crystal core.
As Atticus drains the beacon, his body warps. He becomes a worm-like abomination, a hunger-made flesh, a thing built to scour existence. The mansion trembles, the beacon nearly dies, but Leota gives Zeke one last tool, her crystal ball, her head, an object of power and focus. With Leota's spirit poured into the lantern, Zeke fights back. The duel spills across collapsing halls, over molten pits, and into the ritual maw itself. With a final furious strike, using Leota's light as a conduit and the beacon's remaining power, Zeke drives Atticus into the afterdeath.
Doggy, now that was some shooting.
Zeke? Zeke?
Ooh, mustang, the wind knocked right out of his sails.
Oh dear, he's gone.
It was an honor to have served with him.
Bravest fella I ever met.
He did sort of grow on you after a while. Poor little beggar.
Zeke!
We thought we'd lost you.
You were victorious! Atticus Thorne and the Order of Shadows will trouble us no more! Leota? Madam Leota, are you there?
Woo-hoo! Take that, you bloated sack of souls!
Leota!
What? It's over already? Did we win?
Yes, it's over, and everything's fine. More than fine now. They're free, Leota. The souls. You freed them all.
The tormented souls, those stolen by Atticus, are now freed. The house, for now, is at rest. In the epilogue, Zeke chooses to stay. He becomes the mansion's caretaker, living among the newly peaceful spirits. And, in a quiet human touch, he pursues his dream of writing, notebook in hand, pen ready to translate darkness into story.
When I first opened the door to that haunted mansion, I had opened the door to the rest of my life.
If you love deep dives into haunted games and lore you can lose sleep over, do the thing that keeps the lantern lit. Like, subscribe, and join the pumpkin patch. Your support keeps these stories alive, or at least undead. They say every manor remembers who loved it, and every ghost remembers how they were loved. The mansion kept its secrets long enough to starve a few brave souls, but tonight, a lantern held back the dark. Atticus thought he was going to be a worm god, and instead became worm food. Heroes in these tales rarely get thank you notes, usually just another key, another room, another responsibility. Zeke didn't leave, he stayed to listen to the quiet that comes after screaming. That's courage of a certain sort, not the shout or the sword, but the small steady things. Keeping vigil, writing notes, lighting lamps. So light your own lantern, Nightstalkers. Keep it close. Because somewhere, someone else is answering an ad, stepping across a threshold, and looking for a friend to help them through. And when they do, I'll be there, waiting, watching, warding. From my dark corner of the web to yours, farewell, Nightstalkers. Until the next nightmare.